Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Honor their sacrifice and courage by removing your hats and standing throughout the playing of our national anthem and presenting yourself in a manner honoring their service and our nation's pride and heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, the band would be honored if you would join them in singing the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by the West High School alma mater.
Welcome to Shawnee Mission District Stadium at Shawnee Mission South. Tonight's matchup between the 1 and 2 Shawnee Mission West Vikings and the 2 and 1 Lawrence Free State Firebirds. I'm David Compton doing play-by-play, Josh Compton doing analysis, Joe Compton doing camera and analysis, and the Walker family on stats. Welcome to tonight's game. West is looking to rebound after last week's 30-10 loss to Olathe North, dropping them to 1 and 2 on the season. West pulled it into a 17-10 halftime deficit, but couldn't find the end zone in the second half. Olathe North added a touchdown with 1 minute left in the game for the final margin. Lawrence Free State is coming off a 59-14 win over Shawnee Mission North. They jumped to a 52-7 halftime lead en route to the lopsided victory. Coach Tim Callahan is 104-65 overall at West, but Lawrence Free State holds a slim 12-11 advantage in the all-time series, claiming the lead with a 35-14 win last year. West was the only team to score on the Firebirds in the first 5 games of last season. Free State went all the way to the West Side semifinals in the state playoffs, where their season ended with a 41-19 loss to Manhattan. Kevin Stewart is in his first year as the Free State head coach, taking over for Bob Lisher, the only other head coach in Firebird history. Free State is 2-1 on the season with wins over Olathe West, Shawnee Mission North, and a loss to Olathe East. This is West's home game, and it is SCCJC night here at Shawnee Mission West game at Shawnee Mission South Stadium. So, welcome into the game. Joe Compton on analysis, and Josh will be here in a second. We'll do a little bit of the little pregame for us as we go through here. And Joe, as we look at this lineup here, or the matchup tonight, sort of looking at some of the stats here. Honestly, unfortunately, we didn't really have a lot of stats other than points available for Free State. They weren't on any of the websites, so we sort of guessed on some of these. West really hasn't had a bad offensive so far this year. Probably the biggest thing has been the inability to run the ball probably the last couple of games. So total offense-wise, you'd probably give Free State the edge, with Shawnee Mission West probably getting the edge in the passing game. Rushing yards, Free State has a man who's over 570 yards on rushing on the season, Tyler Bowden, and so he probably get the matchup there. As we're looking at impact players for West on offense, Josh, as we look at that first name on the list, it's probably not one that we expected to see, but after last week and an injury to C.J. Callahan, Weston Moore is going to get put in charge of the offense tonight for West.
Yeah, I think Weston will provide a little bit different look, a little bit more of a threat on the ground with his legs than CJ was, and obviously first varsity start, so it'll be a little bit different for him. But I know the coaching staff is excited about him, and we'll see how he fares.
And if you look at, he's still going to have that number one target out there, Wesley Clark, who's probably the most all-around versatile player on the team. Number one target receiving, and also jet sweep, gets in the running game every once in a while.
Yeah, Wesley's a good big play threat too, also a sure-handed receiver. So look to get the ball in his hands a little bit and see what he can do.
One thing I think the next two guys, and actually the next three, are really going to have to step up for West to really compete this week is the running backs and the offensive line. Last week they struggled running the ball at Olathe North, especially in the second half, with -1 yards rushing in the second half.
Yeah, they're gonna have to establish the run early, and I know Free State's always had a pretty physical defensive line and physical front seven, so they're gonna have to get up and establish the run game early and really just take it to them.
And as we look at defense, impact players on defense, some of these one thing could change depending on who Free State starts at quarterback, whether they go with Maldonado or Barry as the quarterback. But really they're going to have to be very, very active up front and in the linebacking core.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously Cogs is going to have to really hold it down at the nose guard position. And like I said, offensively, defensively, they're going to have to establish a line of scrimmage too. No matter if they're going to be Free State's going to err a little bit more in the air or keep the ball on the ground. And
I think that really depends on who the quarterback's going to be. If Maldonado, who started the first 3 games, put the ball in the air, up in the air quite a bit, whereas Malik Berry started last game. Didn't throw the ball a lot. Mostly runs, just a option, and threw the ball maybe a couple times over the middle. But for the most part, you might see different approaches on a little bit on the Free State offense, depending on who's the starting quarterback there.
Right. And either way, it'll be big just to either stop the run or just get a big pass rush up the middle.
We were talking about Free State's offense. Probably the number 1 guy is Tyler Bowden, who's number 31, is a junior running back. I believe he's around 570 yards on the season. So averaging almost 200 yards a game on the season so far. And then we talked about between Coulter Maldonado and Malik Berry, you're going to see 2 different quarterbacks. 2 different styles, depending on who's starting here.
Right, and it'll all differ. I think it's extremely tough to prepare for 2 different quarterbacks during the week. But I know the West defensive coaching staff has done a great job getting those guys ready to see both different styles, whether it be Barry or Maldonado.
Whoever's in there, one of the main targets is probably going to be Marcus Preston, who's caught the majority of the passes for him and really good at getting yards after he's caught the ball.
Yeah, it's the defensive backfield's going to have to come up and tackle and not let Preston run after catching that ball. And I mean, it'd be even better if they just don't let him catch the ball in the first place. And
on the offensive line, the big guy, who's Corcoran, who's anchoring that from the left tackle position.
Yeah, he'll. I'm sure Free State will look to run the ball a little bit off that left side and run right behind Corcoran, and he'll anchor that down, and our right side of our defense is in for a good night.
So as we talk defensively, we talked about Malik Berry. The interesting thing will be here is he's one of their big linebackers, although Gage Callahan's a very, very solid linebacker too, but Malik Berry last week didn't play linebacker as he played quarterback, so that may be a difference tonight too.
Yeah, it's not usually you hardly ever see a quarterback playing both ways. So obviously, I'm sure if they're throwing him over at quarterback, then they trust whoever's replacement is to come in and play very well behind him at linebacker.
If any team's going to play a quarterback both ways, I guess it'll be Free State, though, right? With Bryce Tornaden, who did it for a couple of years, 2-3 years.
Yeah, that's true. He was too good of an athlete to keep off the field.
So as we look at what West needs to do, one of these things we talked about, and it's going to be different with Weston Moore as the quarterback tonight rather than CJ. You may see a little bit more of a mixture of run and pass. And what we also talked about, they're just going to have to run the ball, which they struggled at last week.
Absolutely, and you can't average, or you can't run for negative yards and a half. So, like I said earlier, just establishing the line of scrimmage will be huge early.
And defensively, you got to sort of think that they want to keep Free State inside. If they get that speed to the outside, to the edge, they can be dangerous.
Right, yeah. Free State's always a quick team. Whoever's on defensive ends, outside linebackers are going to have to establish that edge and really contain that line of scrimmage. It'd be tough with the stud left tackle that Free State has. So that'll be a tall task.
And see if they can get some turnovers in there too. One of those things, and I think it's one of the reasons why Maldonado didn't start the last game. He was a little nonchalant and loose with the ball in those first couple of games, especially against Olathe East. And that cost him, and that may be why we'll see if we see Barry or not in there. So if we're looking at Free State and Free State's keys to victory, probably just starts both sides on the line, on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Either way, winning the line of scrimmage, controlling the line of scrimmage, no matter what, is key to basically winning football games, unless you, like you said earlier, just finding ways to create turnovers. But control that line of scrimmage, and you're going to have a fun day.
And again, it'll be interesting to see who's that quarterback tonight, whether it is and I'm looking over, we got both quarterbacks warming up over there. You got Malik Berry and you got Coulter Maldonado both warming up. So we may see a little bit of both. Again, Free State mostly is going to be more on the ground when Malik Berry's in there, and put it up in the air a little bit more when Maldonado's there.
Yeah, and especially either way, you have Bowden in the backfield right next to the quarterback, and he'll get his fair share of carries too.
And as we look at the starters for this evening, and we do believe, and in this graphic we had both CJ or Weston Moore starting, but it will be more at quarterback with probably Andrew Kinney and Trayvon Gilliard splitting time in the backfield, and Luke Jones at fullback.
Yep, we'll look to have those skill guys just have good days today, establish their athleticism, and just let them play.
And as we look at the offensive line, we expect the starters for West to be Carson Little at left tackle, Jacob Porritt left guard, Carter Johnson at center, Adam Hawkins at right guard, Brady Huff, the junior, at right tackle.
Yeah, and this would be the offensive line is going to have a good day establishing the line of scrimmage, like I said earlier.
And the wide receivers, we list quite a few of them here, but you'll see them in a bunch. Wesley Clark, number 21, a senior. Mike Williamson, 28, senior. Anthony Morris, a senior, number 20. Earl McDowell, a junior, number 28. And Gage Jones as a tight end, number 4, is a senior. Expect the defensive line to be starters Hayden Burnt. We'll go with either 51 or 98 on the year for the game. Christian Cogs at nose guard, Adam Hawkins at right end, or Carson Lilla at right end, one of the two. Linebackers, Trayvon Gilliard, Luke Jones, Jacob Porritt, Gage Jones, and Mike Williamson, right outside linebacker. And defensive backs, Jalen Blewett, number 5, a senior cornerback. Lucas Bullock, been an impressive sophomore so far with 2 interceptions on the year, number 6 at cornerback. Wesley Clark, number 21, will also play safety. And Anthony Morris swings between corner and safety when they go to that move. So we're about ready for the kickoff here. And West will receive. Olathe North, or excuse me, I'm a whole week behind. Lawrence Free State will kick off right now. Joey Wood with the kick. It's going to be taking McDowell at the 1 yard line. He's going to bring it up to the right side. He's got a little bit of a seam, and he gets up to the 22 yard line where West will start there. First and 10 at their own 22 yard line. And we'll see how it. And again, Hayden Burnt is out there at. Actually, Hayden Burnt's going to start it, looks like at tight end, number 51. And not at, actually, as we look down, they've moved Carson Lilla down to left guard and put Hayden Burnt in at left tackle. So there's the give. Kenny's going to take it up to the 25 for a gain of 3 on first down. You'll probably see, I would expect to see maybe a little bit more traditional running game here as Weston Moore maybe gets some of the butterflies out of his system.
Yep, I think they'll look to just kind of ease him into the game and let him establish the flow of the game before they really let it loose.
Moore under center, I formation. There's the give to Kenny again. He's going to bowl his way up to about the 29 yard line. So a gain of 4 on second down will bring up 3rd and 3.
Run by number 26, Andrew Kenny. 3rd down.
I'm happy with seeing the Vikings are looking like they're getting a little bit of a push up front. Look to establish this. Hopefully they can get 3 here on this 3rd down.
3rd and 3, 10:45 left to go here in the first quarter. We just started. Luke Jones is going to bowl ahead, and he's right at the line. They're going to give it to him. The far line judge is walking in, and he's already signaling for a first down. So 3 yards for Luke Jones on that play, and first down for West. That's one thing I think Luke Jones has been pretty effective running the ball and actually catching the ball out of the backfield this year so far.
Yeah, Jones has been solid. He's a guy that you can trust putting the ball in his hands, and he'll produce a little bit of offense for you.
So it's the first time we're seeing Moore out of the shotgun here, a single back with him. And there's going to be the give to Trayvon Gilliard, who's going to take it forward for really no gain. They'll mark him right down at the 32-yard line. No gain on the play.
That's 4 plays and 4 runs. We'll see how long they keep that up and if they decide to pass.
Yeah, I think so. Again, they're gonna probably get, it's Weston Moore played the whole fourth quarter last week, but this is his first varsity start, so want to get a little bit of the jitters out of his system here before they start winging the ball around. There's the snap and the give again to Kenny, who's ahead for about 2 to the 34-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd and 8. 9:20 left to go here in the first quarter.
And I've noticed that Free State has looked to bring at least 1 or 2 of their linebackers every play here. But we'll see how that plays out on 3rd down and long. If they decide to dial up pressure, get in Moore's face, try to create a turnover, they'll sit back and just cause a little bit of commotion in the backfield.
In the shotgun, Moore with 2 setbacks. He's going to throw for the first time, and it's caught. And that's Mike Williamson. He's in 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's in there for a touchdown. Mike Williamson, a 64-yard touchdown pass from Weston Moore to Mike Williamson, and that makes it 6-0 pending the extra point. Well, Joe, you said they were going to throw it, and they finally did, and they got 64 yards out of it.
Yeah, the jitters look pretty good right now. If those are jitters, then you'll take those all day.
It's a good good first pass play, and hopefully all pass plays past that will be something similar.
So the extra point is up and no good.
We're roughing the looks like there'll be a penalty.
There's going to be a roughing call there. So we'll see. I believe it's going to be a roughing. We'll see what they do. They'll give Ruben another chance at this kick.
That would have been nice if you would have made that. You would have been able to possibly assess that on the kickoff. But they'll just move it up a yard and re-kick.
So roughing the kicker. That gives Ruben Anderson one more chance here out of the hold of Houston Rodich. There's the snap down. This one's up and good. So with 8:41 left to go here in the first quarter, West takes a early 7-0 lead. And guys, you got to be happy of how that turned out. I believe it's about a six-play drive, a 9-play drive, or excuse me, a 6-play drive that ended in a touchdown. So they got on third down, they converted that first 3rd and 3, and then on 3rd down and 8 there, they got the long pass play from Rustin Moore to Mike Williamson.
Yeah, it seemed like it was 5 pretty nitty-gritty plays and then one long pass.
Yeah, that's something I think you'll probably have to see West try to keep the ball on the ground a little bit more tonight. One, to eat up the clock. They don't want to get in a shootout with Free State because Free State averaging 40 points a game has shown that they can score the ball.
Yeah, I think they'll look to control the clock, play a little bit more ball control football like Callahan's known for in the past years, just running the ball and grinding it and then popping that big play through there, which Weston threw an absolutely beautiful ball to Williamson, and Williamson did a great job out running the defense and scoring on that long touchdown pass.
Did a good job of catching that between the corner and the safety, yeah, and then cutting it upfield or just continuing upfield and getting that. So short kick. It's taken at the 15-yard line and taken back. And we're going to have a legal block in the back, probably, it looks like, as number 20, Dash Cleveland. And by the way, what a name for a football player, Dash Cleveland. I like that name, and he'll be in there in the backfield here sometimes too. But there's it's going to be a hold. So instead of starting at their 37-yard line, looks like they're going to be starting around their 17-yard line.
Yeah, that's a huge flip of field position. It always astounds me how many block in the backs and holds you see on special teams plays. It seems like you can't get one without a penalty. Looks like Barry will be in there at quarterback.
So Barry at quarterback, and I would expect to see a little bit more of the ball on the ground, and you know what? As he takes it forward to the 38-yard line for or 33-yard line for a gain of 16. Malik Berry's not that. He's a big kid. He's not terribly fast. He's not just a terribly speed runner, but at 6'3", 220, that's a big quarterback running option out there.
Yeah, and that's you can't be just giving Free State 5 yards there as Cogs did, but I mean, they'll take more than 5 yards. You can't be giving 3 yards.
So 1st and 10 becomes a 1st and 5 for Free State.
Seems like they made up the penalty, in 1.5 plays, just like that.
Yeah, they did. They took care of the holding on the kickoff. So great job by Christian Cogs, and he gave up 5 and he took 5 right back. That's a pretty good play to get those 5 yards back.
Yeah, absolutely. there's give and take there. I guess it's just 2nd down and 9, really.
So Cogs in there, a loss of 4 on the play. Barry's going to give to number 31, Tyler Bowden. He's going to take it forward to the 36-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd and 7. And I tell you what, we'll see how the conversion goes. But while we're starting as a 1st and 5, turns into a 3rd and 7. Some pretty good couple plays by the West defense. And that's probably the one throw you'll see, and a good throw right there. That's going to be taken by Preston all the way up to the 21-yard line. That's what we saw in film is Malik Berry's not going to throw the ball a whole lot, but when he does, it's going to be a short post over the middle or a quick slant over the middle, and he's throwing it, and he throws it with some velocity.
Yeah, and there's what you talked about with Preston with the yards after catch. He'll get plenty of them. He looks pretty good with the ball in his hands.
And Bowden's taking it outside, makes a couple guys miss, spins, and he's going to stay up and a touchdown. So we'll have a flag. So that touchdown, a 22-yard touchdown run, most likely is going to be coming back right here with a penalty on Free State around the 19-yard line. So
I think we'll get a block. Yeah, a block at the back on one of the receivers.
So a big break for West right there as as that touchdown, that 22-yard touchdown run is negated, and it'll stay 7-0, and 22 yards becomes a 7-yard loss, and it'll be 1st and 17 on the 29-yard line. Barry with Bowden. Backfield, Bowden swinging out. Barry's going to throw over the middle again. And, almost picked off by Wesley Clark. That's probably, as we watched film, and we only had one film to watch, that's about as deep as I've seen Barry really go. For the most part on film, he likes to stay slants and posts over the middle.
Yeah, and nothing against Barry. He's a very physical guy, but he just doesn't necessarily look like he has a quarterback's arm. If he did, he'd probably be the starter no matter what. But he's good for intermediate routes, but didn't really have a ton of zip on that ball coming through the air.
Barry in the backfield. He's looking to swing it. That's out to number 5, Ty Rainey, who's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line, so a gain of 1. And it'll be 3rd and 16 from the 28-yard line.
You have to wonder what kind of kicker Free State has, just understanding whether this is 4-down territory or not, too.
This may be from here. There's the give to Rainey, and he doesn't need great block right, or tackle there by Wesley Clark, who brought him down a yard short. I think you'll probably see him. I think you'll probably see them go for it here. So it'll be actually 4th and about 1.5. The ball's just inside the 15-yard line. We'll see if they may try to pull offsides here for a second. They don't. There's the give to Bowden. He's going right up the middle, and he's bouncing it outside, and he'll score. So a nice run by Tyler Bowden.
Firebirds.
Takes it up the middle and bounces it out to the left, and he has a 14-yard touchdown run. Make it 7-6. Pull West within, or Free State within 1 point of West.
That's a backbreaker right there. You got 3rd and 16, and give up a reverse for 14 yards, and then it looked like he had have decent defense there, and he just bounced it outside. It looks. You wonder why Bowden puts up about 200 yards a game.
So Bowden with a 14-yard run for the touchdown, 7-7. With 5:25 left to go here in the first half or first quarter.
First National Bank provides full service banking and a superior customer experience. Find out how we put you first at First National Bank today. Or online
As we talk about during this timeout real quick, some of the West football sponsors for the senior poster: Commerce Bank, Johnson Contracting, Aaron Mendoza, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Michelle Lafferty, In-Game Insurance Services for Chris Cooper, Canyon Creek Lawns, IMKO Workforce Solutions. And we'll get back here for the kickoff as Joey Wood will kick off. McDowell is deep, and he's going to take that 2 yards deep in the end zone and won't be able to run it out as it'll be a dead ball. So West will start 1st and 10 at their own 25 here, and got to hope we see a little bit of more of the same as we saw on that first drive. Positive yards running the ball on almost every play except maybe one, and then a really nice pass by Weston Moore.
Yeah, and with that really nice pass, you look to see if they open it up a little bit. It looks like Weston's staying pretty composed back there, but see whether they continue trying to establish the line of scrimmage or if they decide to air it out a little bit.
And like we said before, if they can just kill clock so they don't get into a scoring battle with Free State, that'll be another key to victory.
So a gain of 1 for Andrew Kinney on first down, and instead of the 25, college rules, it starts at the 20.
Yeah, they didn't get much of a push up front. Free State did a good job of just shedding blocks and getting to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line. Moore back in the shotgun in a power pistol, and he's looking out to pass. He's rolling out to his right, and he's going to go deep downfield. He's looking for Wesley Clark, but Wesley was well defended by number 21, Carnell Douglas, who will switch sort of between, I've seen him play either sort of a safety cornerback or actually move up into almost a linebacker position there.
Yeah, and I think he did a good job. I think that was a wheel route that Wesley ran there. He did a good job of covering that wheel route out of the nickel position, and really, Wesley really didn't have a good shot at that ball. And Weston actually threw a great ball where he really didn't have any chance of that getting picked off.
So Moore back to pass again. Still on the swing past Anthony Morris, but he's going to be swung down for a loss of about 3 or 4 on that play. Carnell Douglas again, number 21, in on that tackle. He's making himself known on defense so far.
Yeah, he's playing that. You mentioned Bryce Tornado, not we're struggling to keep him off the field. That's a little bit of the position that Douglas is playing. He's flying around just like Tornado does a little bit.
Ruben Anderson will be back to punt, standing inside his 5-yard line. Be punting. The line of scrimmage is at 18. 4th and 12 for West. There's the snap. Nice punt by Ruben Anderson. Drive. Oh, and a fair catch. I didn't see the fair catch sign, but Marcus Preston makes a fair catch at his own 47-yard line, and that's where Free State, the Firebirds, will start their second drive of the night. Both teams scoring touchdowns on the first drives, 7-7, but West going 3 and out on that one. And we'll see what Free State has going now on their second drive. Malik Berry still in there at quarterback. Bowden and Dash, and this is the 2-back set we saw a little bit more last week with Malik Berry in there. As both Bowden and Dash in the backfield at the same time. That's Bowden taking it ahead for 3 yards to the midfield.
Yeah, they're really trying to establish running over that left side behind Corcoran and trying to let him kind of pave the way a little bit. West's done a great job of standing up so far.
And Malik Berry's going to keep it and take it down. Number 56, Brady Huff, takes him down right there in the middle of the line. Maybe, no gain, right at the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up a big 3rd and 7 play here for the Firebirds.
Yeah, like we said earlier, I think we're looking at 4-down territory too here, and they may keep the ball on the ground a little bit, or just a short little pass, see if they can pick up a few and set up a healthy 4th down.
We'll see if they go to one of the trips out here. They have trips left, and Barry's looking that way. He's going to run it. He throws it instead, and it's short. He may have had the ability to run for that 1st down, but he tried to hit number 10, Baylor Bowen out there, and just skipped it to him a little bit short. It's going to bring up a punting situation for Free State.
Yep, and that was a big stand by the defense. It looks like pending the punt that the Vikings and Firebirds will trade 3 and outs here.
So Joey Wood in their punt. Malik Berry runs on late, which should be interesting. See, as he's the up man, but they don't snap it to him, and Wood does get that off. Wesley Clark takes it at the 12, and he skips forward. Nice spin move. He's going to go back, and he's got an open field. He's going to cut it up to the 43-yard line. A nice 31-yard return by Wesley Clark. Sets West up in very good field position at their own 43-yard line.
Broke quite a few tackles there.
Yeah, a really nice spin move right there in the beginning to free himself and get open.
Yeah, he's showing why he's a playmaker, why you want to get the ball in his hands. And funny thing is the tackle was made by the guy who's not playing linebacker today, is actually playing quarterback. Barry was there for the insurance tackle. It's a false start. And Gilliard took a little false step right there, get docked for the false start.
So West will start in the hole here. 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. Taken back inside the 40 to their own 38-yard line. Moore under center. I formation. There's the give to Gilliard, who's going to take it forward. He gets his 5 yards back. He's right at the 43-yard line. So a nice gain of 5 yards on 1st down. So he gets back the yardage from the false start, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Only a minute 57 left to go here in the 1st quarter.
We'll see 2nd and long here if they want to put the ball in the air, catch Free State by surprise a little bit. They've ran the ball every 2nd down so far.
There's the give to Gilliard, who gets a little bit of resistance in the backfield, but he fights forward for 3 yards. And that was a good run by Gilliard because he was actually hit by a couple of guys, got caught up in some wash in the backfield right out after the handoff.
Yeah, he did a great job of just bouncing and making something. That's what playmakers do.
It really seemed like he didn't really have anywhere to go at the start of that run, and then found a few yards at the end.
So it'll bring up a big 3rd and 7 here from the 46-yard line, going on 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Weston Moore in the shotgun. He's looking to pass.
Oh, there it
He's
is.
going to go deep down the right side, and it's underthrown, and it's going to be pass interference. And that ball just being underthrown, and Jacoby Williams just got right. They tried to, so Weston tried to hit his brother Peyton on the long pass down the right sideline, and the ball was a little bit underthrown, and Jacoby Williams just couldn't turn around. He just got into the body of Preston Moore right there.
Yeah,
Peyton Moore.
Peyton burnt him off the line, and a little bit either way, you're going to benefit from, as long as that ball's not overthrown, he either scores if he hits him in stride, or if it's underthrown, it's very tough for a cornerback to turn around and make a play on that ball. And Peyton did a good job of going up and trying to contest for the catch there.
So a 15-yard penalty will give West a 1st and 10 at the Free State 39-yard line. Kinney sneaking his way up to the, I thought he might have got to the 36, but they'll mark him down at the 37-yard line. So just a gain of about, they did give him the 36-yard line, a gain of 3.
Really, running backs are doing a good job of finding lanes to run through. There's Free State's bringing blitzers all around, so they're leaving gaps. And the West running backs are just kind of picking and choosing where they want to go, and hopefully spring something for a big play soon.
Weston Moore, and there's the give to Kinney, who's going to take it forward for no gain on the play, right at the 36, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. So at the end of one quarter, 7-7. We'll be right back after this timeout. Back here for the start of the second quarter here. A good quarter for West as they it's tied 7-7, and they're driving here with the ball 3rd and 7 at the 36-yard line. Moore is going to give to Luke Jones straight ahead, and he's going to go forward to about the, I tell you what, guys, he looked like he got to get to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he did. They're not honoring forward progress to what it looks like, but
yeah, he absolutely just watched the replay, and he absolutely did get to the 32-yard line. So, but they'll mark him down at 33, and it'll be 4th and 4 there, and West looks like they're going to go for it.
I think this ball's getting to Wesley Clark here.
Moore's looking, he is looking at Clark, and hey, Nostradamus on the call right there. Nice slant pattern right there for Wesley Clark, and a good throw by Weston Moore too.
This is a great throw. Great catch too. It's in traffic, thread the needle a little bit.
Take it up to the 23-yard line, and that'll bring up a West first down. So they convert on 4th and 4 and get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, I like it. Just keep the clock moving, keep the ball in your hands, and good things will happen.
Moore's going to give it ahead to Luke Jones, who's going to get to the again.
I thought he got
that ball's to that ball's to inside the 20-yard line. They're marking it right at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you, they need a. There's technology all over the place in sports. They need a technology for marking the ball during plays for the line judge.
So when you see that ball on the replay, his feet are on the 20-yard line, which means he's leaning forward and that ball's inside the 20-yard line. They marked it where his feet were, not where the ball was, and he wasn't totally straight up and down. Either way, a 3-yard gain by Luke Jones. Bring up 3rd and 7, 10-14 left to go here. High snap. It's Kinney. He's going to break it out of bounds. And he's out to the 10, 5. He's in there for the touchdown. A great read by West. Free State brings blitz right up the middle. They let them go deep, and Kenny breaks right to the right inside them.
That was a beautiful run there. I think Free State had a little blitz coming from the right side. They brought their corner over, and there was really nobody left on that right side of the Viking offense, and they just kind of put man on man and blocked it super well. And Kenny did a great job.
That's fire. That's dead. That can't be run back in high school. It can be run in, but it cannot be run back in high school. Fortunate for West. So snap, a little bit high, but it just threw off the timing, and Rosich couldn't get the ball down, and so instead of getting the extra point, 14-7, it'll be a 13-7 Viking lead.
I was going to say that that last play before the touchdown play looked like one of their first really long runs. It was a lot of kind of shorter runs, and then they finally broke through with a big one.
Yeah, nice. Like I said, a really nice job of seeing the probably the blitz and the ends up there, letting them come upfield, and then cutting up inside them. And Andrew Kinney did a really nice job of running that ball in.
Yep, that was a beautiful run, and good to get 6 there. Wish it could be 7. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good thing if late in the game that point means something. It'll mean the Vikings are in the game, but that point could kill on that missed extra point.
And that was 2 bigger plays for touchdowns. No, like getting it down to like the red zone and then going outside the red zone. Yes, but
yeah, nice 20-yard run for a touchdown. I think it was a 66-yard run for our pass play. 66-yard pass play for a touchdown. West 2 touchdowns in the night. They lead 13-7 with 10:05 here. Ruben Anderson to kick off. It's a high spinner taken right at the goal, right at the sideline, and Dash does it. Runs right through. Oh, tell you what, that's a great job by Peyton Moore to run him down, because that was a really good run back. And as he got there right at the sideline, he was pinned to the sideline and should have been taken down to the 29-yard line, and just ran right through a tackle and then took it right upfield. I tell you what, though, Peyton Williams showed some speed tracking him down.
Yeah, absolutely. He can run a little bit. You can't miss tackles there in special teams, and against a good team like Free State, that's going to flip a field. You just scored a touchdown. It would have been nice to have him about the 25 or 30-yard line tackled, and it's tough to flip the field where they're about 25 or 30-yard line.
And it didn't look like one missed tackle. It looked like 2, and that's. I mean, there's a couple of plays where Free State's gotten long drives just because of missed tackles.
And I guess he's not too tired to carry the ball as they give it to him, and he'll take it up to the 20-yard line for a gain of 6 on first down. Dash Cleveland with 6 yards on first down will bring up a 2nd and 4. Blake Berry's going to give it to Bowden, and he's trying to get outside. Really nice job of stringing that out. Trayvon Gilliard gets the tackle there. Bowden will take it forward we'll give him 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 here on the 18-yard line, just inside the 19-yard line. Malik Berry under center. There's the give to Bowden. He's going to take it forward, and he's going to get down inside the 5. Marked out around the 3-yard line, I'm guessing. Right at the 3. So Bowden with a nice 15-yard run on 3rd and 2 there, guys.
Yeah, and that looked like almost the exact same play they scored on, too.
And the give to him again, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, 3-yard run for Tyler Bowden on 1st and goal. And that was unfortunate with the long, they earned it with the long punt return, but you said they flipped the field quickly, and they scored quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. it looks like they just kind of decided to let Corcoran pave the way and run over that left side.
Here's the extra point. It's up and good. Joey Wood, number 46, with the extra point, and that will give Free State the lead, 14-13, with 8:51 left to go here in the first half. And again, we'll be right back after these timeouts.
Vikings Touchdown Club would like to thank tonight's program sponsor, the Other Place American Sports Grill and Pizzeria. The Other Place, located in downtown Overland Park, has been cooking its signature pizza for over 45 years, using homemade sauce and the finest ingredients. The Other Place is our official pre- and post-game sponsor. Wear your Vikings gear in before or after the game and receive 10% off your order at The Other Place.
Back here for the kickoff after the 3-yard Tyler Bowden run for the touchdown to make an extra point, makes it 14-13 with 8:51 left to go here. Wood with the onside kick, it goes out of bounds, and West will get the ball right there. That's a huge break. Talking about flipping the field, I don't know. I'm not sure that you're in the position where you need to onside kick this early. Now they're just trying to catch him. Sleeping and getting it out of there, but it's a little early maybe to go onside.
Yeah, I agree. I'm guessing their special teams coach saw something up and breaking too early and thought they could get him a little bit. I guess they're trying to take a page out of Les Miles' book with the onside kick, but it's too early in the game, in my opinion, especially with an offense like you have. Try to pin them deep and make them sustain a long drive. The Vikings have really only scored on big plays.
Yeah, that was a sneaky play, but it really didn't pay off for Free State, as West is already in Free State territory to start the drive.
So Kenny will take it forward for 4 yards on first down, make it 2nd and 6. You know what, the thing we were talking about, Maldonado, we lost the helmet. Maldonado, yeah, Luke Jones lost a helmet, so he'll have to go off for a play. But yeah, Maldonado's actually playing defense back here.
You have to wonder if Free State just kind of has interchangeable parts where it's either Maldonado or Barry's playing defense. And depending on the offense, depending on what they want to do offensively, what they say weaknesses in the other team's defense, if they want to be pass heavy or run heavy, could determine what quarterback plays that week.
So there's the give to Kenny, and he's going to take it forward to about the 39-yard line. And Ed Story, number 9, in there at fullback, leading the way for him as he comes in for Luke Jones, who had to come off for a lost helmet. And a nice pickup on 2nd down will bring up a 3rd and 2. Jones back in, Morris back in, McDowell in. McDowell will go wide to the right. Morris will come out wide to the left. Yeah, he gets up on the line. There's the give straight ahead to Luke Jones, who's right at the he was the first. This will be an interesting spot. The line judge on the far side gave it to him initially, then came run about a foot in, and now where they spot it, that's a first down. And I will say is
I think they'll bring out the chains here.
I think they made it, but of the couple of times I talked about, I didn't think they gave us about a half yard. They gave us an extra foot there.
Yeah. It always come back in your favor, but I like Wes is getting 2 to 3 yards on that low quick hitter to Jones, and Free State really has no answer to it. Although it's 2 to 3 yards, it's in a big spot.
Moore is running it White out to his right.
That's interference.
That's
there we go.
Absolutely pass interference.
Flag on the play.
And they're trying to hit, looks like Caden Richardson, number 23 there. And he got there very, very early. Surprised the back judge didn't throw that, seeing that. But it was pass interference.
Yeah, we talked about Maldonado playing a little bit of defense. I think that was him as the offender on the play.
Result of the penalty is a first down.
You never know. He may be a little anxious to get in there and make some plays with not playing in a couple of weeks.
I know quarterbacks are oddly want to be physical too. He looks like he has a pretty good body, but some quarterbacks think they want to and can come up and hit somebody.
And another almost that same play by Andrew Kinney, and he breaks it up to the 14-yard line. Nice play on first down. They spot him at the 15-yard line, bring up a 2nd and 7. But they're starting to use a little bit of that aggressiveness on the Free State defense against them.
Yep, a little bit of misdirection, kind of counter into the weak side. Just go one-on-one offensive lineman and defeat your man, and good things will happen.
Moore under center, I formation. There's the give to Kenny. Gets sort of horse collared and knocked. And there's going to be a flag. I think here's going to be really interesting.
Flags on the play.
I think that's going to be on West. So I think West is going to have 30 yards of penalties right here.
I think they'll give one a personal foul to Free State, then an unsportsmanlike conduct to, looks like it was Mikey Williamson.
Yeah.
Celebrating the penalty.
The interesting thing is if they give a personal foul to Free State, it was Maldonado again with the big hit. You're talking about wanting to get physical, and then so there was the one hit right at the line of scrimmage, and it looked like from when he threw it, it looked like it was off the tackle, and it may be a helmet-to-helmet kind of contact on the call. And then back here, it is definitely going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct. It's personal foul on, yes.
Personal foul, defense.
I think that might have been
unsportsmanlike on there. So
I think it was extracurricular out, even away from the play. Actually, Williamson was the one who got personal fouled there. And it looks like there were, I'm not sure what's going on. They only got a half distance of the goal penalty for that personal foul, and then they're bringing it back another 15.
So West actually ends up losing 5 yards on that, or about 6 yards on that because of the half the distance. And
however, it is first down.
They didn't offset. Here's the deal. They didn't offset because one was dead ball.
Right.
So the personal foul, that's why it was right. It gets marked off half the distance to the goal. And then they come back with the unsportsmanlike because that was a dead ball. So they don't offset in there.
Right, but they did get a first down. Take it how you want to, but not the worst thing in the world.
So Trayvon Gilliard spins his way inside up to the 18-yard line. A gain of almost 5 on first down. They'll give him officially probably 4, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, they went back to that little inside sort of off tackle handoff to the right side again. They've been having a little bit of success with it. It's been well blocked so far.
It's the first time really West has been inside the red zone. We'll see if they can get an inside the red zone touchdown like I talked about the lack of earlier.
Yeah, big plays on their 2 scores, 66 and 20. And Moore's rolling out. He's going to find Wesley Clark, who makes the catch. And no, he's not going to. They got lucky there because he probably, as he caught it and went out of bounds, he did catch it and went out of bounds at the 6-yard line. But as he hit and when it rolled over, the ball came out. And in the NFL, we're probably doing a booth review and seeing if he caught that. But he does get it there. So that'll be a first goal at the 6-yard line for West. Nice ball by Weston Moore there.
I think may get another off tackle right here.
So there's the give to Kenny. He's going to break it up in the middle, and he gets down to about the 4-yard line, just inside the 4, maybe the 3.5-yard line. So gain of 2.5 on first down, and it'll be second and goal there from ball's just inside the 4-yard line.
Yep, they're really looking to kind of take advantage of that play because it really hasn't. That's the first time it's been defended very well, and hopefully the Vikings can continue to, in the short field, punch the ball in.
So second and goal from the 4-yard line. There's the give to Kenny, and he's met in the backfield, but he's going to bowl his way forward all the way up to the 1-yard line. Really, really nice run by Andrew Kenny as he got stuck there in the backfield, hit around the 8-yard line just as he took the ball. He got hit at the 7, and he took it all the way down to the 1-yard line. It'll be third and goal there at the 1.
Yeah, really, actually, that's a grown man run right there is what they like to call it. See what the Vikings choose to do here, whether it be a quarterback sneak, whether they give the ball to Kenny again, or whether they just hand it off to Luke Jones here.
I see a quick dive to Luke Jones. I've seen this before, and there it is. He's going to take it. He's right at the end zone. Oh, they mark him down right at the goal line. So looked like he almost got in, but that far line judge marked him down right at the goal line. So it'll be fourth and goal from literally that ball is on the goal line.
My question is the ball is literally on the goal line. How do you not? How do you mark it there and not call him in? I don't think I understand that necessarily.
So West will take a timeout as they talk this over. There's 3:05 left to go here in the first half.
What do you think? What do you think will happen? I'm predicting quarterback sneak, and that's what I think should be given here.
I would think a quarterback sneak because here's the thing of what you can do. Because it is fourth down and a quarterback sneak, hold the ball over the goal line. Stick the ball out. You don't have to. It's fourth down. It's not like a second or third down. If you fumble, you don't make it. Get up there and extend the ball. And if the ball's extended over the goal line, it's either their ball right there or you got a touchdown. And as soon as the ball hits that goal line, it's plays dead.
I agree. I think that should be. I think that's what should be had. This would be a great time for a little fumble-rooski, too, if it was legal. Just catch it, put it right back in the center's hands, and he just falls forward. Because the ball is literally over the line.
I know, and it's interesting because we're at an angle here we're about the 40-yard line. But that ball looks like it's on the goal line right now. I don't know how it can't be on the goal line. So
they ought to sneak it here. They have nobody head up on the center.
And they're going to give it to Kenny, and he's going to take it in. So we're all wrong on everything, but it doesn't matter because West gets it in the end zone. Andrew Kenny with a 1-inch run for the touchdown.
We were right about them scoring, though.
Officially he gets a 1-yard run, but it is really can't be more than about an inch or two run. So, but they get the extra point, and Anderson will come on they get the touchdown. Anderson will come on for the extra point. It's down, and it is good. And with 3:01 left to go here in the first half, West pulls ahead 20-14 on the Andrew Kenny fourth and goal run from the 1-yard line, and the extra point for Ruben Anderson. Guys, if you're West, you got to be extremely, extremely happy about how this ball game's gone so far.
Yeah, I personally, I'm usually an optimist, and I didn't even see this start of this game going like it has. It's been great. West has controlled the ball very well. Converting on third downs has been huge. They've been aided by a few Firebird penalties, and then Joe, they actually did. As you predicted and as you wanted, they got their red zone touchdown. And my favorite phrase, even though they didn't get it on third down, ball don't lie, they got it on fourth down still.
As they did, they punch it in with fourth and goal there and take a 20-14 lead. 3:01 to go. The big thing here is making sure that they tackle on this kick.
Yep. And as we said before, they're playing really well. They just need to keep up the intensity for the rest of the half and then bring it out back after halftime.
Ruben Anderson right at the just outside. That's a tough break. He's trying to pin it down inside the numbers in the sideline, and a ball hits and goes out of bounds right at the 3. So they'll get to start the game or this drive at their 35-yard line. So Free State, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I'm guessing this ball is going left since they decided to set it up on the right hash mark. Every ball has gone left so far today, and they're probably going to use White side of the field anyways.
And there it goes left, but Barry tries to cut back inside, met right at the line of scrimmage and leans forward for maybe a foot or two, but nice job there by West to stop him for basically no gain.
Yeah, and they did a good job pursuing, and the cutback lane wasn't even there either.
Free State's looking to the sideline for the call. 2:35 left to go here in the first half. Barry with Bowden in the backfield, now split right to his hip. And Barry's looking to throw, and he's going deep downfield. Oh, and a great catch there. And number 5, Ty Rainey there with a really, really nice catch, because Wesley Clark was there at about the same time and almost caught it at the same time, but didn't quite get it.
Yeah, and you'd like to see Wesley go try to high point that ball instead of playing it at the man, and maybe going and getting an interception, getting your offense another possession too.
Here's the give straight ahead to Bowden, and he's going to kick it out. And wow, what a dynamic runner he is. 30 yards for the touchdown.
Oh yeah, he's a little scat back. He can dip and dive a little bit, and then he's not a skinny dude too, so he'll run through arm tackles if you don't square him up.
Third touchdown of the night for Bowden. 14 yards, 14 yards, 3 yards, and 30 yards there.
And right there, he did run through everything.
And the extra point is up and good. And just like that, again, it's Free State goes back in the lead, 21-20. And we'll see what West has here as an answer. Because one good thing for West, they do have a little bit of time to respond. Almost 2 minutes left on the clock here in the first half.
Yeah, and time management will be big here. You don't want to throw 3 incomplete passes here and give the Firebirds, especially with their high-powered offense, very explosive. They could break a big play open any time. You don't want to give them the ball back with too much time. So Coach Callahan's been around the game for a long time, and so just understanding clock management late with the 2-minute drills, something he probably has tons of experience with.
And Bowden on that, he came into the game averaging 9 yards a carry on the season, and right now he's almost at 10 yards. He's 7 carries for 69 yards.
Nice.
Your mom's listening. Joey Wood there to kick off. He's going to go deep, and it's taken by
McDowell here.
That's McDowell again. McDowell takes it up to the 30-yard line, 29-yard line. We'll give him the 30 there to start. And we'll see here. We got a minute 50 left to go here. West will be on. West has 70 yards to go. They do have ability to kick long field goal. Ruben Anderson kicked a 46-yard field goal last week. So he does have he had a little bit more wind with him last week than this week, but he does have the leg to get it there.
Absolutely. And the big thing here is Free State gets the ball at half. West decided to defer, or Free State deferred to get the ball in the second half. It looks like the Vikings really don't want to risk anything, giving the ball back to the Firebirds before the end of the first half, and then having them turn back around and get another possession at the start of the second.
And West does have 3 timeouts if they need to use them.
They have 2 of their timeouts left, don't they?
They have 3. Free State has 2.
Free State has 2. I thought West had taken a timeout out here on the goal line, but I guess that was a Free State timeout. More trying to get the comeback, but it's one hop to Wesley Clark, and yeah, it does show 3 and 2 for Free State. I thought West took the timeout on 4th and goal there.
I think it was just a stoppage of play there. For kind of a measurement
to see how close to the end zone they could put a ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
It appears that they could put it right over the goal line. Didn't matter. Ball don't lie. Vikes still scored.
I think you're going to have to see them put the ball up here because Free State will call a timeout. If they run the ball, West taking a timeout as the play clock was down to almost 0. I think you're going to have to, like I said, I think you're going to have to see West throw the ball here.
Yep.
If they decide to run it, Free State will immediately call a timeout, and you're going to get maybe 7 seconds off the clock, and they'll be punting with about a minute left. So you're going to have to you're going to want to run the ball, or you're going to want to throw the ball here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You got to throw the ball. Trust that your quarterback's going to complete a pass. At the very worst, it's just like basically Free State. If they run the ball, Free State's just going to take timeout, get the ball with about a minute left. At the best, heck, you could break a big play and score it right before halftime too.
You know, the one thing we haven't seen tonight, we saw in the Jamboree when Weston Moore was playing, you haven't really seen him get out of the pocket running on the edge. And he's got some speed when he gets up straight up field.
I agree, and I think Free State's done a great job of they've done a good job of keeping him in the pocket. But if he tries to escape the pocket, they've got a linebacker and a defensive lineman there, so he doesn't really have a ton of room to do anything with.
So the single back, there's the pitch, the reverse. Oh, and it's wide open. If Weston Moore gets the tackle or gets the first down, at least they get the first down.
They got him out of bounds, too, which is huge because he definitely came down in bounds. Stops the clock there.
So the tackle made by, another Deneen, Jet Deneen over there, Maldonado and Deneen.
Johnny Mission West.
So he gets up to the 43-yard line.
And West will call their first timeout.
Their second timeout. I don't understand taking a timeout there. Maybe it's just they're trying to set up their 2-minute drill and setting up a series of plays here, but you just got a first down.
And they went out of bounds.
Yeah, he went out of bounds. Clock stopped. Get back on the ball. I imagine that they are setting up a 2-minute drill here and just going over, hey, in case this happens, this is the play we're going to go with, or vice versa, just establishing that, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to get back on the ball quick, and really understanding what the game plan is for this remaining minute.
So 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. The power pistol. Moore's looking to throw as he rolls out to his right, and he has it, and he has a man. Mike Williamson get out of bounds. And they do get him out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Yet again.
Pass caught by number
That's a good ball there. He's got a little bit of arm strength. That ball had some zip on it, and it was delivered right when it needed to be, coming out of the break for Williamson.
So that pass play takes it up to the 40-yard line of Free State. 53 seconds left to go. 1st and 10 for West. There's the give to Gilliard, and he's going to bounce it out to the right. He's got it, and he gets out of bounds. Oh,
right
he
out
almost
the marker
got 15
too.
yards on top of that. Maldonado got him at the sideline and rode him for a little while, but right at the marker, it'll be a gain of about 9.
I actually think them not getting the first down there isn't the worst thing ever, because in an emergency it sets up a third down and 1 more than likely at the worst, instead of if he gets the first down there and then doesn't get anything, then it's 2nd down and 10.
The huge play was getting out of bounds,
right?
Stopping the clock. So Moore back in the shotgun, 2 backs there. He's going deep.
Double
he
move.
wants it all. And he's got his brother. Oh, just knocked out of his hands.
Pass intended for number 3.
Carnell Douglas knocks it out of his hands right at the goal line. And he almost got it there, but just out there. Nice job. Good ball. Good play by both Moores on there, but Carnell Douglas just made a really nice play to knock that ball loose.
Yeah, that's good football all around. A great route, great ball, and great defense.
So 3rd and 1. There's the take it forward for the first down, and the ball will stop. Here's what I'm going to say. I think they may call their timeout here and use their last timeout instead of spiking it, because you probably want. Nope, they're going to do it. Actually, the clock's running.
They got to go. I don't know if they understand.
They don't know that the clock's running. 25, 24, 21. We're going to be under 20, and they're going to get this ball snapped. And they're snapping with 15 seconds left. There's the give to Luke Jones. Now we got to call timeout.
Timeout's
got to call your timeout. 7 seconds left.
Pass caught by number 45, Luke Jones.
I think you got to kick your field goal here. I don't even think you
Vikings timeout.
even attempt, especially with a young quarterback who's probably not necessarily well versed or very experienced in running the 2-minute drill. Usually you'll see probably in college or pro football with more experienced quarterback take a shot at the end zone. If they don't have it, they're just going to throw it out of the back of the end zone and still maybe have a second or 2 on the clock. I think the Vikings here are doing the great job, the right thing in electing to kick.
They're not
going to kick the field goal.
Yeah, so that's why. If there's 10 seconds left, I think you could go for this. 7 seconds, you may not get it. 10 seconds, you get a shot for the end zone and a field goal. 7 seconds, it's going to be tough. I think, especially if you're buying any kind of time, you got to throw it into the end zone.
Yeah, this ball's in the end zone or incomplete. Can't happen, and he can't run around either.
Right now, they're going for the high risk, high reward.
That would be true, Joe. We'll see. We'll see if it pays off here. And like I said, that's about a 41-yard kick from here.
I think
we know Ruben has that leg to be able to kick that 41 yards from here.
Yeah, it's just tough kicking that from the hash mark. I will say kicking from the left hash is usually for any right-footed kicker a little bit easier than kicking from the right hash. But we'll see. Just have to emphasize that this ball either has to go straight to the sideline or straight to the end zone, one of the two. And I'm thinking straight to the end zone if you're going to run another play here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much cushion Free State gives, and if they're just looking for, a 5 to 10 yard out and a 5-second play. But Free State's got 2 safeties, 2 corners, and they're actually playing a little bit of a cover 3 look, or actually a 4 look. And here's the throw, and it's just going to be the out. Nice play. So they were just getting that for a little bit extra room. It takes it to the 16-yard line. So the throw to Wesley Clark to the 16 gets it down to 3 seconds left, and here comes Ruben Anderson with a 38-yard attempt. 33-yard attempt.
And this will be big. The snap and the hold's going to be huge here. They struggled with that earlier today.
There's the snap down the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Oh, he must have just taken it to the left because it looked like he got that.
And the kick is wide. And that's the end of the first half. The Vikings 20.
We'll see.
The Firebirds 21.
It was from the left hash, and he hit that well. That would have been good from 45 to 50.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think.
I think they're okay.
Time ran
They're
out.
talking. The time ran out. I'm just wondering what they were talking the refs where that really was. So either way, that'll do it for the end of the first half. A really good first half for the West Vikings. Firebirds lead 21-20, and we'll be right back after this timeout and with the Shawnee Mission West Viking band.
Ancient Egyptian mythology, the symbolism of the majestic phoenix bird, which is most often connected with the sun, dies and is reborn across cultures and throughout time. Ancient legend paints the picture of a magical bird living several hundreds of years before it dies by bursting into flames. It is then reborn from the ashes to start a long new life. The phoenix symbolizes renewal and resurrection. Tonight's show portrays this theme in 3 movements: life being bright and colorful and energetic, followed by death, somber and reserved, and the finale, fire and rebirth. Drum majors are Grace Lawyer, Jason Riley, and Amelia Hart. Soloists are Carver Hartle on trumpet and Alex McCarthy on trombone.
the Shawnee Mission West Viking Marching Band with their 2019 halftime show. They will be at a band festival tomorrow where they'll perform that again. We'll go over some of the scoring summary for the first half. Free State won the coin toss and elected to defer. West getting the ball first. West with a 66-yard touchdown pass from Weston Moore to Wesley Clark, Mike Williamson, with 8:21 left to go in the first quarter, made it 7-0. Bowden then with a 14-yard touchdown run, the first of his 3 touchdowns in the first half, made it 7-7 with 5:25 left to go in the first half. After a West punt and a Free State punt, West took the ball over with 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Took it into the second quarter where Andrew Kinney scored from 20 yards out. The extra point was no good on a mishandled snap, and it was 13-7 West with 10:05 left to go in the first half. Bowden with his second rushing touchdown, a quick one minute drive, a 3-yard rushing touchdown from third and goal, for first and goal from the 3, made it 14-13 Lawrence Free State. Kinney came back with another 1-yard rushing touchdown, maybe a 1-inch rushing touchdown on fourth and goal from about the 1-inch line. The extra point was good and made it 20-14. Bowden with another 1-minute drive, caps off another 1-minute drive with a 30-yard touchdown run to make it 21-20. A missed field goal was just wide to the left on the last play of the first half. And that's where we are at 21-20 here. We will be right back with some statistics after this timeout and the dance team. As we go through some of the stats in the first half, first for Lawrence Free State, Barry with 79 yards passing on 3 completions, 3 of 5, 79 yards. Completions of 43, 1, and 35. Bowden, as we talked about before, 3 touchdowns, 7 rushes for 69 yards. Cleveland, 1 rush for 6 yards. Barry, 4 rushes for 13 yards. Number 5, Ty Rainey with 1 for 14 yards. Catching the ball, Van Sheer with 1 catch for 43 yards. And Ty Rainey with 2 catches for 36 yards. Free State with, and probably the only drawback for Free State with 59 yards of penalties on 7 penalties. No kickoff and punt returns, a 63-yard punt return to set up one of their touchdowns. For West, Weston Moore putting the ball up 12 times in the first half. 8 for 12 for 105 yards. Andrew Kinney with 2 touchdowns in the first half, 13 rushes for 56 yards. Trayvon Gilliard, 5 rushes for 21 yards. Luke Jones, 6 rushes for 16 yards. In the air, Wesley Clark with 4 catches for 30 yards. Luke Jones, 1 catch for 6. Morris, 1 catch for -4. And Williamson, 2 catches for 83. And that big 66-yard touchdown catch on the first drive of the game. West, 4 penalties, and this for 35 yards, and 1 punt return for 31 yards. A nice punt return by Wesley Clark. And guys, as we get ready for the second half here, one thing we talked about in the keys for this game that we really wanted to see happen was West run the ball a lot better. For West run the ball better. And as you look at it, between Kinney, Gilliard, and Jones, 93 yards rushing in the first half on 24 carries. So a lot better job of running the ball than they have for the especially last week.
Yeah, I've been happy with how they've ran the ball. Especially taking one drive has been a 66-yard pass play. They've ran the ball well. I think they've established a line. It's helped with a couple big running plays on that off-tackle right play. I think that's been the best play for them other than the random couple big plays. That's been consistently their best play, and we'll look to see what adjustments Free State does to take that away and see how many times West goes back to that. If it doesn't keep working, we'll see what they go to after that.
And one of the biggest stats of the night, time of possession, 16:44 for West, 7:16 for Free State. I mean, when you're talking 17-7 in time of possession, it's a big reason why it's 21-20.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a big thing. What we talked about, twice before is, if you can eat the clock, if you can just hold on to the ball, keep Free State away from the ball, long drives, they're not going to get the ball as much, so they're not going to score, and that's why it's 21-20.
You just got to keep Free State from scoring quickly too. And their first touchdown was they took 3:12 off the clock, but their 2 touchdowns after that, a minute 1, a minute 5. Yeah. Those were 2 really quick scoring drives there.
Yeah, and let's see if the West defense can come in and create a turnover, because Free State's really driven the ball very well. They benefited from the big play. And so you got to think, other than the 3 and out, there's really hasn't been much resistance to the Free State offense. And with that, usually you look to create some turnovers. It doesn't look like Free State will put the ball in the air too much. They'll keep it on the ground. So maybe get some hats on the football on a tackle and jar ball loose.
So a nice kick by Ruben Anderson brings Cleveland Dash all the way back to the goal line, and he only gets out to the 17-yard line. So a nice job there by West to tackle there, because that was one of the big things that set up one of their drives was Cleveland's return there in the first half to set up their second touchdown.
Yeah, and obviously, there's so many big things here against a good team, but a big thing is just controlling field position. With a good kicker, good punter, it'll be helpful to have that, but just really controlling the field, making Free State drive long. It's really not something they do a ton.
So there's the give to Bowden. He's going to try to get it outside. He gets about 2 up to about the 20.5-yard line. We'll give him 2 on that. First, it'll be 2nd and 8. He's a shifty little runner.
Yeah, he's a scat back type dude. And we talked about just a little conversation over the half. Look for West to bring a few more guys up to the line of scrimmage, because they've been haven't had a ton of success defending the run, and it looked like on the last couple plays that West has brought a guy or two on a blitz and really gotten 7-8 guys in the box and really gotten 5 guys to the line of scrimmage.
So a gain of 3 for Cleveland on that play. Dashes for 3, and it'll bring up. Sorry. And a 3rd and 5. Scoreboard says 3rd and 4, but it's really more about 3rd and 5.
I don't like their numbers over here to this close side.
Yeah,
they got to get another hat in because they have 3 on 2 right now. You got to think they're in some sort of zone here.
There's the Malik Berry's looking to throw. He's going to pull it down. Oh,
he's short.
He's
short.
That's a no. He's short. He's short by about. Oh no! You got to measure that. That where they're putting the ball, the yard marker down. That was on the 29. The yard marker.
He's a whole yard short. Looking at the replay, that's a bad spot.
Barry's looking over. He's throwing. That's on the ground. That's incomplete. Yeah, pace of play now. They want to spot the ball quickly, and they want to do that. I think there's sometimes they try to do it too quickly, and the line judge on the far side, he's motioning for a first down before he even looked back. He never even looked back to see where the sticks were. He just motioned for a first down.
Yeah, that's an absolute backbreaker too, because it looks like West has a stop there. You don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down or not, but it looks like they have a 3rd down stop, got the guy a yard short, and then they move the chains.
So Barry takes it forward on the keeper, 12 yards to the 40-yard line. They'll set up another set of downs, 1st and 10. Back there in the pistol with Bowden behind him. And there's going to be the quick pitch. They like that quick pitch out of there, and it allows, and Bowden's going to score unless Bullock can get him here. Williamson gets him. Tell you what, they like that quick pitch because he can get a head of steam going, and when they get it to him, when he makes his cut, plants his foot, and goes upfield, he's going almost full speed there.
Yeah, it's a good play to get him out in space. He's best out in space too. Clearly, he's good in not having a ton of space, but very good out in space, and it's a good way to just get him out in space quick and have a lot of room to run with not a lot of defenders around.
The one thing you can tell that Bowden's really, really good at is making the first guy miss. He almost, with his hips, gives him a little outside. Man overruns the play just a little bit, and he just ducks inside.
Yeah, and that's big. Attribute that a lot to need to play good team defense. Have your inside guys flowing to the inside shoulder, and outside guys keep him contained, and really just corral him. They're pursuing well to the ball, just taking poor angles sometimes, and getting caught up in arm tackles.
So, little swing out of the backfield. Takes the ball for another first down to the 20, about the 17-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17, just inside the 18.
Option left.
And they're going to throw it. And they got, and Wesley Clark picks it off, and he's got it. He's at the 20, 25. He's taken down, and great read. Wesley Clark with the interception, and that's one of those where Malik Berry telegraphed that, knew who he's going to. Wesley Clark was able to read that, step in front.
Absolutely, and Wesley I don't even think he was going to cover the guy. He knew that ball was going to that inside vertical there, and he just stepped in front, picked the ball off, and went off and running. And that's the thing where nothing against Barry. He's a great athlete, but he just doesn't have necessarily the arm strength that you can have to really telegraph that ball and still throw it. And so he's got to look the defender off, because he was you look Wesley off one way, he was wide open, and that's 6. Instead, it's moving the ball the other way.
Kenny, not a lot of room there to run on first down. Be a loss of 2 back to the 33-yard line. So Wesley Clark intercepts it at the goal line, runs it out to the 35. First down, loss of 2 on that play. Just not a lot of room to run for Kenny.
No, he looked like somebody in the middle of the line. Broke through and made the play, and there was an outside linebacker there too. So it was basically 2 guys against 1, and a lot of times that doesn't work out well for the offense.
Here's the rollout fake.
Backside.
He's
Ooh.
got him. Oh. It's said it was Wesley Clark, but I actually
It looked like
think
that
that
was
may be
going to Caden Richardson.
That's Caden Richardson, number 23, is intended for him. Just a little bit behind him, probably ball you can catch, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 12 with 7:48 left to go here. You know, one of the things we talk about also running the ball. You want to see some offense out of West in the second half. They've been shut out in the second half of the last 2 games.
Yep.
Get the
playoff.
West just gets the playoff with 2 seconds left. Oh, and it's a return pick. And Deneen's going to take it inside. And he gets hit at the 25. So one good turn deserves another, and I just don't think he saw Deneen right there over the middle. He was trying to get Anthony Morris, or excuse me, Mike Williamson on sort of a deep curl, almost a post or skinny post route, and he just didn't see Deneen step in front for that one.
Yeah, Deneen came from that backside corner and took away, just kind of sunk under that curl route and stepped right in front of it. It's almost just trading turnovers, basically. Just Free State has the ball again. Just a couple minutes are off the clock now.
So there's the give to Rainey. Rainey's going to take it forward to the 10-yard line, so a gain of 15 on first down on that little jet sweep there. It'll be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Barry in the shotgun, gives to Bowden, and he's going to take it right up the middle for a touchdown. Bowden makes that first guy miss, and when he does it, Josh, he's dangerous.
Yeah, he's got a good little burst too, and he just made one guy miss and got that first cut, and he was gone, and that's tough for the defense to come right back out. Given it is, it would have been an incomplete pass, and they're punting the ball back right there. But having to defend a short field is not fun.
So
flag on the play
yeah,
here.
there's a flag there. Joey Wood with the extra point. We'll see what the flag is.
That may be a hold on Free State.
Looks like it is going to be a hold on Free State, so they'll make him kick this extra point. This would be big. Personal foul. Oh,
chop block.
Chop block. Here's what's going to be big. You just turned an extra point, should be a 20-yard extra point into a 35-yard extra point, and we're missing an extra point. We're down one here, so this would be a big miss if we could force them here.
Yeah, I would think if you had the ability to assess that on the kickoff, normally if you don't miss the extra point earlier, you take that on the kickoff. But now, I agree. You push them back and basically make the void the missed extra point from earlier.
And Wood definitely has the leg. It's whether he's going to have the accuracy here.
No,
and
he doesn't. He missed it bad.
And so that's huge. A 15-yard penalty evens out the missed extra points here with 7:24 left to go. It's a 27-20 Firebird lead. West will be receiving the kickoff here, and that's a big penalty there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. that basically just it makes it a 7-point game again instead of 8, where if West scores they have to get the 2-point conversion. In best case scenarios, game's tied up. Now it's just it's touchdown and extra point here.
Yeah, and I had two at halftime. I had 2 what ifs, one for either team. What if the extra point went, and what if Free State did an onside kick? And now one of those has basically been eliminated.
Yeah, they took that back. They did give us with the onside kick. They did give us very good field position on that, but our extra point miss has been negated here. So we'll see what West can do here. Again, we talked about this in the last drive right before the interception, unfortunately. But we really need to see West, really want to see West put some points up on the board here because they have been shut out in the second half the last 2 games.
Yep, I agree. They absolutely need points here, and especially with a good Free State offense, they're going to put up more points.
A great tackle there by number 14, Daniel Wenzel. Oh, excuse me, 34, not 14. Ben Miller, who's also one of the middle linebackers for Free State, takes Wesley Clark down. West will start at the 19-yard line, their own 19-yard line. Most definitely their worst starting field position of the evening.
Yeah, and it's going to need a long drive just like they had when they got that inch touchdown run or late in the second half. But they're going to need to put together a good drive. Helps out. That's a big hit on the head.
Andrew Kinney with a nice run all the way up to the 30-yard line and a first down on first down. He gets enough yardage to move the chains again.
Yeah, that's a good run, and good to come back, especially after Free State getting another touchdown, just to open up a good hole. Offensive line's going to have to get after him and keep opening up holes for Kinney and Trayvon to run through.
Moore will give it to Kinney on the inside handoff, and it looks like if he could have broken up inside, I think he was down. He's down.
No way.
We're going to look at the replay.
I didn't do good.
Oh my God.
He had both feet down, both knees down.
No, there's no challenge. We looked on the replay, he had both knees down. That's just an absolutely horrid call. An absolutely horrid call. And on top of that, we get an unsportsmanlike for that play. So they'll give it to him anyway, and Free State will take over at the 15-yard line, and there's Barry trying to take it up, and he will get 2 to the 13-yard line.
I still can't believe they didn't. Oh, wow. That's just a poor call. Be big for the Viking defense to get a stand here.
They're going to have to get a stand here.
It sucks because the past 2 drives they've been off the field, and then especially after getting a stop and then obviously touchdown on the short field, but they've had to come right back on. They're tired. They just got stops, and they have to come right back on the field.
Barry's looking for it all, and it's incomplete in the back of the end zone. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 8. And you got to think here, they definitely have the leg to kick a field goal. He missed a 35-yard extra point, but he definitely had the leg to do it. But depending on this play, you'll see whether you see a field goal or them go for it on 4th down.
I don't see why you don't give the ball to Bowden.
And it'll be Malik Berry trying to run up, and he's going to take it forward to about the 11-yard line, 10, 11-yard line, and gain of about 1, and they are going to kick that field goal.
See, I don't understand. Bowden's been going for probably at least 10 yards a pop right now. I don't see why they don't give the ball back to him. Just let him pound the rock the whole rest of the game.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't know if he touched the ball there on that drive. That one's good. And a gifted 3 points there to Free State. Now I'll be honest with you, that was gifted by the referees who called that a fumble when he was definitely down. But that'll make it 30-20 with 5:19 left to go, and we'll be right back after this timeout. We're here for the Free State kickoff here. 5:19 left to go. 30-20. Free State in the lead. There's the kick. It's deep, and it's going to right at the numbers. McDowell will take it at the 10. He's trying to cut up in the middle. He'll be met at about the 25-yard line and take it ahead to the 27. West will start 1st and 10 at the 27, and we talked about scoring. After 2 turnovers in a row, West desperately needs something good to happen here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, a big drive, a long drive. I don't know if West has moved the ball necessarily well enough to sustain a long drive. So maybe a big play here after a few plays. Just give your defense a little bit of a rest. But they need to score at least a huge flip in field position.
So there's the give. Kenny's going to take it ahead to the 33-yard line. You know, one of the things we talked about at halftime in here, Free State for Free State's usually been a very, very, very physical team. They don't seem quite as physical this year.
No, I just don't. I don't think their bodies up in the front seven. They have a couple big dudes, but nobody that'll just look like the Incredible Hulk up there. I think they have a couple of those guys on their offensive line, but especially in the linebacking core, they're a little thin. They still run well, which they always have. They run well with their linebackers, but they're not necessarily the biggest guys. And I haven't necessarily seen a ton of super physical football from their front seven.
And no gain on that pitch will bring up 3rd and 4 from the 33-yard line. And if West needed to convert, this would be the time.
Maybe be another off tackle right.
There's the give to Kenny, and he's going to take it up for the first down and more. He's going to take it ahead to the 43-yard line. So a nice run up to the 43-yard line for Kenny. He'll bring up 1st and 10, and West really needed to move the chains there.
Absolutely, and I love that play. It's really it's called double power, and they're bringing the backside guard and the backside wing around Poland and caving that right side down. The right side of the line's been doing a great job of caving it down. Pullers are doing a good job of leading the way for the running back.
Moore's going to give to Kenny, or that's Gilliard in there, and he's going to take it forward for about 15 all the way up to the 42, 43-yard line.
If West can keep up these run plays and give the defense some rest, then this is an extra plus if they score.
Yeah, they really need that. a score would be big here just to get it back within a 3-point game. But yeah, Joe, like you said, they've got to get the defense a rest. As much as they control the time of possession in the first half, it's been the opposite here in the second half in this third quarter.
I absolutely agree, and turnovers haven't helped that whatsoever.
Moore's looking to throw. He's got the fake. He's going to be rushed and won't be able to get the ball off. Tell you what, Maldonado. So it's always the second guy who gets seen, right? So the back judge comes over and yells at Wesley for pushing after he retaliated from Maldonado doing the same to him first. So no call on that. A loss of 1. It's officially a sack. Loss of 1 on that play. Moore gives to Gilliard, and it takes it right up the middle. And here's one thing they're doing well there.
Run by number 27, Trayvon Gilliard.
We're going to have a hold.
Maybe a high-low.
Yeah.
Flag on the play.
I think it's a high-low block.
You know, the funniest thing is, I think you might have just fallen down.
And they just saw one guy on top of the other for the Vikings. That stinks because that's a big play right there.
Yeah, that negates a big run there. Yeah, they're going to have a high-low block there. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty on West.
And the interesting thing I saw there is the nose guard broke free. He went after the quarterback instead of going after the running back. I think that kind of used the quarterback, I guess, as sort of a not a blocker, but that kind of sprung the play loose there.
So no gain on gain of 1 there on second down. Will bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 23 from the 44-yard line. And you know, this is one thing here that you might go deep, and you know, if you get the ball up in the air, a long interception is as good as a punt. West will call timeout. Is not sure the play clock was going down, so we'll see what they run here.
You know, yeah, it'll be interesting, and maybe not even a deep interception, but maybe a deep pass interference call. Just run 3 or 4 guys deep and throw it up and see if somebody can make a play, and maybe draw a penalty and get an automatic first down.
So this is a big play here. There's 1:10 left to go in the third quarter here. West will be facing a 3rd and long, 3rd and 23 from their own 44. They need to get to the Free State 33-yard line for a first down. West talking it over here on the sideline. They take their first time out of the half. They'll have 2 left. Free State will have 3 left.
Interesting, no Clark or Williamson out there at receiver.
You may see a reverse here.
Draw.
No, deep draw. There's the handoff to Kenny, and he's going to take it forward to midfield. Oh, he breaks it, and he's gone. He's going to beat him. Nope. Taken down at the 13-yard line. What a nice job. Andrew Kenny goes in the line. He looks like he's going to get taken down at midfield and then breaks it out for the first down.
I tell you, that's a great run, but I think you're jinxing it a little bit with your early touchdown calls.
I know.
You get a little excited. I understand.
I did it to them too.
You did.
I thought they got, and you know, it was Dash in both places. I think it was that was Carnell Douglas who made the tackle there. But that'll bring up 1st and 10. Gilliard's trying to reverse field, and He gets into about the, oh, and he does it. What a job.
Oh, wow.
This is the best thing in the world. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Free State men laying in a heap in the ground. And there is Trayvon Gilliard standing in the end zone. There's 7 men for Free State who all missed that tackle, and Trayvon Gilliard got it.
You know, I talked about West needing to, miss tackles from West earlier, but I think it's Free State that needs to wrap up now. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, right, Joe. That's two big runs in a row where they should have had Kenny back here at midfield, and he broke out from there, and should have had Trayvon there, and he had it too.
Yeah, I agree. Especially big on, you can't take a timeout there. Hopefully that's
I'm
not
not
a
sure
Viking
why
timeout.
No, they threw a flag, and I'm not sure why. West only had, they broke the field. They came out of the huddle with 11. They came off the sideline with 11. We'll see what they call here, because there was still time on the play clock. There's about 10 on the play clock, and West huddled up on the sideline and had 11 when they came to the sideline. Interestingly, West is going to go for this, going to go for 2. Here, West will have, going to go for 2, 30-26 right now. There's the
naked bootleg.
Oh, he got it. He's the only one who can recover that. That's good for 2. So Weston Moore fumbles into the end zone, but they get the 2 points as he recovers it. Naked bootleg to the left. He fumbled right at the goal line and fell on his own fumble right there in the goal line. Now it's 30-28, and West won as they scored their first points in the second half of the last 3 weeks. But a big drive for the Vikings there to answer 10 points off the 9 points that they scored off the turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge answer there, and I take back my statement about them maybe not being able to sustain a long drive. They need a big play. It was helped out by a couple 20-plus yard runs, but they didn't have that big, long touchdown play. They did a great job. Obviously helped out by some poor tackling late, but early in that drive, the offensive line imposed their will a little bit. Really kind of had their way with the Free State front 7. They did a great job up front. It was aided, like I said, by some poor tackling, but also some great running by the running backs too.
And that's a almost 5-minute drive. That's really good for the defense now. They get their rest after just a couple, 1-minute drives.
There's the kick, and it will go into the end zone, and that'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
That's a big momentum driver too. The Vikings were slowing a little bit too. I'm sure on the sideline they weren't too far down. They knew they were still in the game, but it's always nice to get a touchdown there, get them back within 2 points with about 12 and a half minutes to go in the game.
So 24 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 30-28 Free State over the Vikings right now. Free State will take the ball at their own 20-yard line. Barry in there in the pistol again. He's going to pitch it out to Bowden, and Bowden's going to break a couple of tackles. That's what you were talking about on that last drive where they scored the very short drive where they scored a field goal. You sort of wonder why Bowden wasn't getting the ball more on that drive.
Oh, yeah. No. I don't know. Maybe they want to keep the ball in the hands of Barry. He's a playmaker, but I think West is really keying a lot on the quarterback run. And Bowden's a good player. He's a good back, so I think they want to get the ball in the hands of him and just let him get, like we're saying, basically average 5-6 yards of carry here on the first 2 plays.
So 5 yards on that carry. He'll get a first down. We'll see if they get a snap off. They should. And there's the keeper for Barry, and he's going to take it out to about the 45-yard line as time runs out. That'll be the end of the third quarter at the ball's out at the 44-yard line. Lots of whistles, but I think that's just for the end of the quarter. But that'll do it for the third quarter. It's in the books, 30-28 Free State right now. We'll be right back after this timeout. A big touchdown drive there for West. 9 plays, 73 yards, capped off by the Trayvon Gilliard 12-yard run, and big touchdown coming off of the first 2 possessions of the second half, were an interception and a fumble. And West really, really, really needed the answer there, and they got it. So here to start the fourth quarter, there's the pitch taken by Bowden, and we're going to get I'm not sure, a hold. It'll probably be a chop block, and there's a fumble. And we'll see if turnabout's going to play. And they give West the ball. So it's hard to tell if he was down or not, that mass back there, as he kept trying to fight. Nope, it does look like the ball was out. Ball got poked out, and it's going to be a penalty on Free State too, so that'll be declined, and West will have the ball inside Firebird territory at the 49-yard line. Big turnover right there.
And that's big too, like we talked about earlier. West defense, after the couple turnovers, were right back on the field. Free State's defense right now is right back on the field after a very long drive that the Vikings had.
Kenny trying to get outside but can't get there. He gets back to midfield, loss of 1. Good pursuit by the Free State defense there. Joey Edis tracking him down and getting him down for a loss of 1.
Here we go. We'll see. I'd be interested to see if the Vikings go back to that. I think they're going to go back to that off tackle right here.
We'll see. Moore.
Here it is.
There's the give. Kenny's going to take it forward to about the 48-yard line. So he gets another yard back, a couple yards back, and it'll be a big 3rd and 9 play here.
And that looked very well developed. It just looked a tick delayed, and it let the defensive lineman on the left side get back to make that tackle. If he breaks that tackle, he's running for a while.
So 3rd and 9 here from the 48-yard line of Free State. Moore in the shotgun with Gilliard at his hip. He's looking. He's going to have to run it. He gets up to the 44-yard line.
I think you got to go for it here.
And I think there's still 10-20 left, and I think you may see a punt to try to pin him deep.
They are punting.
I think if you had 5 minutes left in the game, you're probably going for it. 10 minutes left, you're probably going to see if you can get him down there pinned. Just going to need a punt, and you need to cover.
I agree. Yep. That'll be big. Hopefully, it's always a tough thing for a punter to try to keep the ball out of the end zone here, especially the short. See if he can keep it short.
Marcus Preston back. Oh, that's
It was
penalty.
blocked.
Oh,
It was blocked.
yeah. So
That's big.
because of the tipped ball, there's no roughing the kicker, and the punt only gets to the 39-yard line, so off the block. So big change of momentum here. Really only a net 5-yard punt right there.
That's basically like getting the first down or coming
turn the
up a
ball
yard
over.
short on the first down.
Yeah.
Or on fourth down there.
Barry gives to Bowden up the middle, and he'll take it forward to the 44-yard line. You know, like you're saying, if he's going to get 4, 5, 6 yards at a chunk, there's really no reason not to ride him.
Yeah, I agree. Given that he did just cough the ball up, but it'll be. I'd still give him the ball again. He's been the workhorse all day.
Free State looking for the signal. 10 seconds left on the play clock. There's the snap to give to Bowden. He's going to take it up the middle for another 6 yards, 7 yards, up to the West 48-yard line. 8:56 left to go here in the game. And West is going to need a stop here.
Yep, I agree. And especially with defense been on the field a lot this second half, they just gotta get a stop. A turnover again would be huge. That's
you know, the bad thing is we jumped off sides. I think he knew he was going to stop, and then he took one extra step. He stopped initially, and he wasn't going to be offsides, and he took one extra step, and went offside. So that'll give Free State a free 5 yards, and they'll have 1st and 5 on the 43-yard line. 10 seconds left on the play clock here. Snap to Barry and the give to Bowden. He's trying to get outside and he skips. You know, like we said all along, guys, he's really good at setting a foot and turning it back up inside and making that first guy overrun the play.
Yeah, he has a good quick change of direction. Not necessarily super just jumpy, but a good one cut running back.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 7:55 left to go here in the game. There's the give, or the snap. Oh, nice job by Morris, who came up and hit him there right at the line of scrimmage, and then finished off by number 70, Raekwon Edgar.
Yeah, that's a big play. Get a stop there. Really, Bowden's got 83 yards already rushing this half, so be good to slow him down here.
Yeah,
that's a false start. There was no motion. That's a false start.
Yeah, that's a false start. There was no motion there. He went towards the line of scrimmage.
That's also a hold. He missed a false start and a hold on that play.
Knocked out at the 4-yard line.
Run by number 31.
On
Tyler Bowden. Knocked out of bounds by number 6, Lucas Bullen.
Yeah.
First and goal.
Yeah. There was a 2-point takedown in the backfield right there by the right guard on the nose guard that was very much missed. But Bowden makes him pay, and he takes it up to the 3-yard line.
Quarterback
and Malik Berry will sneak it in for 6. And with 6:55 left to go, West takes a 36-28 lead, pending the extra point. And West will need a big-time answer here off of this one as they're down by 8 points. Pending the extra point, now 9 points with the extra point.
And the extra point.
That's big because it makes it a 2-score ball game now, and with 7 minutes left.
37-28 now the score. 6:55 left, and West really needs a answer here. And as you said, Josh, they missed an illegal motion and a pretty big takedown on the nose guard. They're about 2 yards deep in the backfield.
Yeah. Given the one on the nose guard, he was out of the play, probably wouldn't have made the tackle, but that's a bad miss there.
Bowden's up for almost 10 yards per carry, just under about 9 and 2/3 yards a carry this half, as he's up to 115 yards rushing for the half on 12 carries.
A big return would be nice here from either McDowell or Gillard. Just kind of flip the field. Vikings do have to get 2 scores in 7 minutes here with a stop, obviously, but to make a shorter drive, just expand the game a little bit longer would be huge.
So a nice kick that's going to go through the end zone, into the end zone. It'll be taken out to the 20-yard line. I tell you what, if you have a kicker in high school who can kick it to the end zone, it's a big weapon, because in high school the ball goes, you can't return it after the end zone. If it goes past the goal line, it's dead.
Yep.
And it only comes out to the 20, not the 25.
Yeah, it's huge because a lot of times you'll see drives starting at 30, 35-yard line. If a guy can't, because guys a lot of times can't even get it 10 or 15. So really just pinning an offense back at their 20, have to make them go 80 yards for a score is a huge weapon.
There's the give to Kenny, and he's going to get up to the line of scrimmage and then be driven back there. No gain on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 10. 6:43 left to go here in the game. Looks like Andrew may have tweaked something there just a little bit as he was pushed back, and Gilliard will come in his spot as he's walking that off.
Wonder if they get the ball in there. They're running down precious time right now.
Yeah, 6:15 left. Unless they get it, and there's the give to Gilliard, and he's going to be met in the backfield, and he's spun, but no place else to go, and he'll be taken down at the 18-yard line. And I'll be honest with you, he probably got a gift there being marked at the 18-yard line, because when he spun, he started running again, and he didn't get back to the 18-yard line. It probably should have been marked down about the 16. But
I agree.
So he'll be marked down at the 18, so it'll bring up 3rd and 12. And obviously 5:40 left to go here. You're looking at the ball in the air. Clark in the slot to the right. Morris split wide to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. You may see that, and he's going to boot. He's looking to go downfield. Nice,
good
nice
ball,
throw.
short of the sticks, but
It would have been short. And Mike Williamson can't quite make the sliding catch at the 28-yard line. Would have been short, but would have probably set him up for a 4th and 2, where they would have gone for it at that point.
yeah, it would have been a really nice catch. It was a good ball. Tell you, he was under duress a little bit, but stinks a little bit to get that. It just makes it that much tougher to get 2 more scores. Turnover would be huge too.
Anderson back to punt, standing just inside his 5-yard line. There's the snap. Oh, nice punt here by Anderson. That gets over his head. Oh, and that's on the floor. But what a play. I'm not a big fan of Maldonado, I got to say. And I'm not going to rarely talk bad about a kid, but he got away with a little bit of extracurricular activity on there, and he's done that about on almost every play he's had here.
Yeah, he's chippy. He's a chippy dude. Probably not too happy about not playing quarterback today, but yeah, he's been chippy all day. And there's a West player down on the sideline, on the Free State sideline, actually.
So 5:10 left to go here.
Got to get a stop. Got to get a 3-and-out here because they still have to get the ball. Get ball and score twice here.
So the Viking Touchdown Club would like to thank tonight's program sponsor, Crowder Family Dentistry. Owned by a Viking family, Crowder Family Dentistry specializes in beautifying smiles, maintaining your dental health, and helping you improve your appearance. Our experienced and friendly staff takes great pride in keeping your smile beautiful. For your next dental exam, visit Crowder Family Dentistry. Also one of tonight's program sponsors, The Other Place, American Sports Grill and Pizzeria. The Other Place, located in downtown Overland Park, has been cooking its signature pizza for over 45 years using homemade sauce and finest ingredients. The Other Place is your official pre- and post-game sponsor. Wear your Viking gear in before or after the game and receive 10% off your order at The Other Place, American Sports Grill and Pizzeria in Overland Park. So, as Ed Story comes down off the field, he walks off under his own power. Free State takes over at the West 45-yard line, and West desperately needs a stop here. There's the give to Bowden, and he's works his way out to the 38. He works his way to the 38 with a spot to the 37. That guy just runs hard. And he runs hard, and he's pretty shifty, too.
Yeah, he's I don't think this ball comes out of his hands. It shouldn't, at least. He's just going to wear down the defense, and hopefully not, but could possibly break open a big play.
I'll bet you dinner after the game it won't come out of Malik Berry's or Bowden's hands.
Yeah, no thanks.
And that's an offsides. Brady Huff just a little too anxious there on the left side, or left side of the Free State line, right side of the defense.
Offside.
And it'll be offside. That will give Free State the first down. They'll have first and 10 at the 33, 4:22 left. It's 4 penalties for West in the second half. Free State with no penalties yet in the second half.
They've all been offsides, or did have the one big chop block too.
They had the unsportsmanlike conduct and the chop block. And tell you what, Tyler Bowden runs really hard. You got to hand it to him. That he's not a huge kid, 5'9", 170, but he runs hard, and he's going to finish this game with over 200 yards of rushing.
Yeah, like you said, he's right around 200 yards throughout the whole season. He'll probably add on to that, be averaging 200 again, but I don't think the ball, like you said, ball's not coming out of him or Barry's hands.
Yeah, and there's Barry sneaking in. He's going to get the first down up to the 22-yard line. Yeah, and we were talking, I think he was averaging 190 yards a game coming into this game. It was at 570 for 3 games. So that'll give our Free State the first down. 3 minutes left to go here. And there's Bowden. He's going straight ahead, and he gets down to the 19-yard line. Another tough run for 3 tough yards for Bowden. West will take its timeout. That's West's second timeout of the half. Leaves them one more for the game. 2:48 left to go here, and you're probably going to see West is going to have to do something where they can strip the ball here.
Yep, they gotta create something.
And
They
have got one turnover off Bowden earlier in the half, right there at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Weren't able to convert off of it, but you're going to have to go for something. And Bowden is at 204 yards for the game, so he has just over his average. His average, again, 190 yards coming into this game.
Yeah, and really, a turnover would be ideal, but just getting a stop here. They do have one timeout remaining. Just getting a stop here would be huge. Get the ball back. Still a 2-score ball game, and see what they can do after that.
Barry in the pistol, Bowden behind him, and there's that. He's going to keep it. Oh, nice job. Really good job of turning him in. Number 51, Hayden Burnt, turns him in, Barry, and he's cleaned up on that play. Nice job by the end.
Timeout, West.
Porritt had a nice fill and did a good job of putting Barry on his back, and that's not a small dude, 6'3", 220 to put on your back. That's a good tackle by Porritt there.
Some good team defense there. Really good job by Hayden Burnt to defeat his man at the line of scrimmage, turn Barry back inside, and then Porritt finished the deal.
Yeah, and no timeouts left for the Vikings here. Like I said, still you got to get a probably, you mentioned a fumble here. I think a turnover, a stop here, and then the score, and then a turnover on the next drive would be absolutely ideal, and gets the Vikings in a good position to get back into the football game.
Big third down play here. 3rd and 8 on the 21-yard line. 2:42 left to go here. West, Burnt, there's a hold, so
just throw the ball away.
Yeah,
that's a good
so
decision.
Here's going to be the interesting thing. If you want to give now, do you want to decline this and give them 4th and 5, or do you want to make them go back and give them another 3rd down where they have to where they get to run a little bit of clock off? The thing is, the clock should not start here, so.
It looks like they'll decline the penalty.
Because here's the other thing. They ran out of bounds.
Right.
So
stops the clock.
It stops the clock. And I do believe you'll see Free State go for this because a field goal really doesn't. Field goal is still a 2-score game.
Yep. I think they'll definitely go for it.
Penalty decline.
I'm actually surprised they didn't just give the ball to Bowden again. I think you'll see some sort of option or a field goal. That's an option too. I was going to say some sort of read option, some sort of speed option, or you got to defend both Barry and Bowden with heads of steam coming, trying to get 5 yards.
So Joey Wood will. Oh, it's blocked, and that can be returned. That's a live ball. That's a bad snap, a high snap on the field goal attempt, and that's blocked.
And Wesley Clark, the field goal block ace with another block.
So Wesley Clark, that's his 3rd block of the year in 4 games.
Yeah.
2 extra points and a field goal block here. And West still has a little bit of life in them. They're down 37-28. They have first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Quick score here would be huge. Looks like Free State's got about 5 guys in the defensive backfield, though.
Moore's rolls out to his right. Can't quite get Morris. Just short on the flag route there.
Yeah, I think Free State's trying to take away anything past 15 yards, so they got to keep it keep it somewhat short here.
Now the one thing you have to look at it on that route is whether it was supposed to be an out route or a flag route. If it was supposed to be a flag route, then the pass was short. If it's supposed to be an out route, he rounded it off a little bit too much, and that's why the pass was short.
I think it may have been a comeback. That's
so another incomplete pass, and we're just looking at West is yet to complete a pass in the second half. A very good first half passing for Moore, but he is 0 for 5 in this half, where he was 8 for 12 in the first half.
That was good protection by the offensive line there too. On that, Moore had a lot of time to throw. He did have to evade the pocket a little bit, but the offensive line did a great job of just giving him a lot of time to throw.
So here's the 3rd and 10 from the 38-yard line, and the delay of game.
That's big.
So it'll be 3rd and 15 from the 33-yard line.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that's big there too, because this makes it almost, hey, you got to pick up 15 to get a first down. Instead, it just sets up a more manageable 4th down if you don't get the first down here. If it's 10 instead of 15.
So West with 3 receivers to the right. Moore's going to roll the pocket to the right. He's not going to have time, and he's going to go down to the 21-yard line. And
no, they didn't.
no, there's going to be a penalty on West. And I want to see, Appel went flying out of bounds. I didn't see that he got hit. Oh, yeah, he did. So, yeah, there was a block in the back there. It's where they're blocking. You're going to call blocking back or a late hit. So it's going to be either 10 or 15. Definitely a penalty on West, and it will be a late hit, personal foul, dead ball, personal foul.
Personal foul.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal.
I don't think they throw the ball here. I'll retract that statement. I don't think they'll run a traditional pass play. I think they'll have to get a little creative, maybe a hook and ladder, I don't think they'll run a reverse, but maybe a little hook and ladder. Could sneak Clark down the seam, something like that.
Big play.
Just get creative here.
We're down to 12 on the play clock, so going to have to get this play off quickly. Receiver's got to get out there and get set. And they get it off.
Backside.
And incomplete pass, and that'll turn the ball over on downs to Free State. A minute 32 left to go here. Free State will take over 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. And I would expect you to see a couple of runs right into the West with no timeouts left here at 37-28. See maybe a couple of runs right into the line.
May go to a knee also. No, I think they'll run the ball. If they have any Olathe North in them.
So they haven't. So Bowden's ahead to the 8-yard line. They do look like they want to score because they're back up on the ball already with 32 seconds left on the play clock, and they're going to snap the ball with 23 seconds left on the play clock. So
they're going to bring
down 5.
They're going to bring down Bowden's yard per carry. I don't know.
I don't think that's what they're worried about right now. I think they're worried about having 44 points on the scoreboard instead of 37 points on the scoreboard.
They got to hit their average on the season.
So another handoff to Bowden, and Malik Berry bootleg. He's going into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And
Firebirds.
it's the way to get your quarterback hurt. They'll score from 5 yards out with 33 seconds left.
That's
Garbage timeout or a garbage touchdown, but counts all the same. That'll be 43-28. And you know they were wanting to score there because they snapped the ball with 20-some seconds left on the play clock on each one of those plays.
And the extra point is good. The score of the Vikings 28, the Firebirds 44.
So 33 seconds left to go in the game, 44-28. West will take this kickoff here. And some more of tonight's game sponsors. Paul Ridgway Agency, an American family agent. The Paul Ridgway Agency is winner of the American Star Excellence Award in Customer Experience. The Paul Ridgway Agency provides coverage and services that provide peace of mind to help you enjoy all life's victories. Viking Touchdown Club would also like to thank another of tonight's program sponsors, Titan Environmental Services, owned by a Shawnee Mission West football family. Let Titan Environmental help with testing or removal of lead, asbestos, or mold. For all your environmental needs, call Titan Environmental Services. And here's the kickoff. And McDowell will take that. He drops it at about the 12-yard line. He'll cut back up inside. He's going to get out to the right, to the left. He's up to the 40, 45, and he's taken down right there about the 47-yard line. That's where West will have it with 23 seconds left. Probably enough time to get one or two plays in here, and that will be it. And I honestly would expect West to run the ball here.
getting his shoulder. Speaking of getting your quarterback hurt, that's I think Barry's getting checked out by the trainers on the sideline.
He did
on
get
his shoulder.
He got a little hurt on that last play, and looks like his right shoulder is a little achy there. Ward is going to throw a little on McDowell's back shoulder, but something could have been caught. Incomplete. 17 seconds left to go. There is a flag down in the backfield.
Flag on the play.
No, there was no holding.
I think
on
it's.
that play.
I think it's.
I actually think it's an unsportsmanlike.
I think it may.
It's
may
on
have been on
Maldonado.
Maldonado
It was on
again.
Maldonado. I looked at the replay, and he was talking. He was talking to the West players right there as on that incomplete pass, and that was Maldonado for that 15-yard unsportsmanlike. Their first penalty to have for 15 yards gives West a first down at the 38-yard line of Free State.
That's picked.
And that's picked by
again.
Nanine. He'll go down at the 37-yard line, and that's one thing he'll as Moore gets a little bit more experience in there. He'll know he can't let that ball sail down the middle of the field with a free safety back there.
Right, you just can't force that throw. I think it's a good idea, especially. I mean, it's a late in the game. You gotta make that throw, but it's a little forced, and he's trying to make something happen, but it's a tough throw to make, and like you said, experience will teach that for sure.
Yeah, and it's been a rough second half for Moore, but he had a really, really nice first half.
Yeah, I agree. And it looked like Free State learned the victory formation.
Yeah, they do have that in their playbook, and that'll make it 44-28. Lawrence Free State with the win over the Vikings of Shawnee Mission West. We'll be right back after this timeout. Here's the scoring recap for the game tonight. Again, for the first half, West got it started with a 66-yard touchdown pass from Weston Moore to Mike Williamson. 8:41 left to go in the first quarter. That made it 7-0 after the Reuben Anderson extra point. Bowden with the first of his 3 touchdowns in the first half with a 14-yard rushing touchdown with 5:25 left to go in the first quarter, made it 7-7. After 2 punts, West took the lead 13-7 on a Andrew Kinney 21-yard rushing touchdown with 10:05 left to go in the first half. The extra point was no good, and it was 13-7. Bowden then with a 3-yard touchdown run made it 14-13 Free State with 8:51 left to go in the first half. Kinney with a 1-yard touchdown run with 3:01 left to make in the first half made it 20-14 West. And then Bowden capped off the scoring the first half with a 30-yard touchdown run with 1:56 left to go in the first half to make it 21-20. West missed a field goal, a 33-yard field goal, just wide to the left as time ran out in the first half. The second half, a couple of interceptions, one by Free State, one by West, one by Free State to start the half. Then a 10-yard Bowden rushing touchdown, his 4th of the game, with 7:24 left, made it 20-27. They did not get the extra point as there was a 15-yard penalty on the first extra point that was good, and they missed the 35-yard extra point after that. West fumbled after on the second play from scrimmage on their possession. Free State recovered, but was only able to convert that into a 28-yard field goal to make the score 30-20 with 5:19 left to go in the third quarter. Trevon Gilliard with a great run out of a heap of Free State players with a 12-yard run with 24 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and a 2-point conversion by Weston Moore made it 30-28 Free State, and that was the score at the end of the first quarter, or at the end of the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Malik Berry with a 4-yard touchdown run with 6:55 left to go made it 37-28. West was able to block a field goal with 2:28 left to have a little bit of time left, or a little bit of life left, but turned it over on downs with 1:32 left in the game at the Free State, or at their own 12-yard line, and Free State went 3 plays, 12 yards with a Malik Berry 5-yard touchdown run to make it 44-28 with 33 seconds left, and that was the final margin for the game. The second half time of possession actually just about even, 12:02 for West, 11:58 for Free State, so about 12-12 after West dominated time of possession 17-7 in the first half. Second half statistics, Bowden with 142 yards rushing on 17 carries in the second half. Berry with 48 yards rushing on 10 carries. Berry with 8 yards passing on 1 of 4 and an interception in the second half. West in the second half, Kinney with 71 yards rushing on 11 carries. Gilliard 24 yards on 3 carries. Moore -7 on 3. And probably the biggest thing, the change from the first half to the second half, was Weston Moore had no yards, 0 for 8 in the second half with 2 interceptions. So for the game, Bowden with 211 yards rushing in the game. Cleveland 6 yards rushing. Berry 61 yards rushing. Ty Rainey with 19 yards rushing, and Barry ended up with as we said, Barry ended up with 8 yards passing in the second half. West totals: Moore had 105 yards on 8 of 20, 2 interceptions. Kinney with 127 yards rushing. Gilliard with 45 yards rushing. Luke Jones 16 yards rushing. Moore -7 for the game. Wesley Clark with 121 yards receiving in the game, and 1 interception on defense. So, guys, that's pretty much the time, and again a pretty good game overall by West. That the turnovers really hurt them in the second half.
Yeah, those turnovers were huge. Especially they kept it basically to a 1-2 score game throughout the whole second half, which kept them in the game. The turnovers just kept them from really taking the lead. I thought they looked good. Still had a few second half struggles, but that's just something they got to overcome to really become a great team. Although I thought they capitalized well and got turnovers back. They had the interception and then the fumble recovery, and so it's not like they were just 2 turnovers to none. They got those turnovers back.
3
which
to
the
2
defense,
turnovers.
The
yeah.
defense did a great job in coming back and in creating turnovers themselves.
Yeah, I really do think at times that, final score doesn't show, maybe it would be a little closer, but I thought they played really well during the first half and then just kind of fizzled as they came out after halftime.
So that'll do it for the game tonight. Again, a 44-28 loss at the hands of Lawrence Free State Firebirds. And next week is a game that it'll be interesting. I think Olathe West, going into tonight, they were 0-3 also. Then they played a pretty tough schedule. They played Free State. They played Olathe East. And I don't remember their third game that they played, but they'll go into they were coming in this weekend. I think they play tomorrow, but they're coming in this weekend 0-3. So that'll set up a pretty good battle next week down at ODAC between the Owls and the Vikings there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. It'll be a good test. Although they are 0-3 on the schedule, they've also played some very good teams, just like the Vikings have too. And so I think it'll be a good matchup. It'll really test them, see where they're at throughout the season, because they played some good teams. They beat Shawnee Mission South, and I think Olathe West will be a good matchup for them.
So that'll do it from Shawnee Mission District Stadium at Shawnee Mission South. Again, a 44-28 loss for West. And for Josh Compton and Joe Compton, thank you guys both for being here. And
welcome.
For Todd and Caleb Walker on some great stats and all those little tidbits we were feeding you through the evening, thank you for that. But this is David Compton saying goodnight, and Josh, I'll let you take Mike's line.
God bless.
West is best.
All right. Good night.
What blew it, Josh?